Most honorable greetings to you again, my fellow royal beings of Mother Earth. It is a magnificent day thus far, isn't it, right? So I have shared some information ahead earlier in this rise, as well as I want to also allow you all to be mindful of where I have Alubera Royal University of Higher Learning. So I have been sharing posts to my page there on Facebook, as well as it is also posts that I share along platforms of the royal family of Kairi and Alubera, as well as my TikTok page here. So regarding the whole Royal University of Higher Learning, so it is where I use the space to share in knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, not to mislead or misguide any being, yet rather to unlock the shackles that has been working against our liberation as sovereign beings, be it indigenous or not, yet rather operating as a royal sovereign being, we unshackle ourselves from the mental, spiritual, and also physical enslavement that has been imposing on us in the form of colonization. And with this colonization, it even expands the network of corruption that has been occurring in the space of like corporate governance, government, and when I say corporate government and governance and government, within their whole agenda in like politics, parliament, and so on. So here I utilize my platform to be able to expand, as well as to be a bit more active with sharing wisdom, knowledge for greater understanding of truth pertaining to the law and the maxims of law as well too. The maxims of law referring to the whole layers of law and its jurisdiction of justice. All right, so Alubera Royal University of Higher Learning, which is created and designed by myself. I welcome every one of you fellow beings. I welcome beings to also, be better familiar and acquainted, to continue the consistency of interests, referring to the whole retrospect, being it is the golden age, and with Ether's Nest being the golden initiative, Ether representing and speaking on the higher state of consciousness, the air ethers, where the heavens are, and being able to rise up above the third or fourth dimensional state of consciousness that usually just recycles in that motion there and isn't able to expand into the consciousness where our pineal gland is, that will allow us to have greater foresight and vision. All right, so I mentioned about natural law, divine law in retrospect to Trinitarian order, this self-created and designed theory as what I use as the whole paradigm of natural divine law in the state of governance as an indigenous sovereign being. So the Trinitarian order is my guide as the constitution, in the constitution in which I so honor and abide by in the form of control, honor, order, respect, and discipline to every being as a royal being, myself. All right, so it is here as the awareness in increasing and raising the vibration frequency of self, where the soul and spirit is able to radiate in a scope that is very much, beautiful. And aside from just utilizing an ego that is somewhat just like recycles a dormant ratio of energy, vibration, frequency. All right, now all experiences is great. It is great for us regardless of it being royal or not. It is great so that it allows us to be the better masters of self in the form of self-mastery, so that we are able to comprehend and understand the way in which we have the ability to alchemize that which comes to us, or that which we are actually drawn to, more or less. All right, so Trinitarian order, I perhaps should read it again so that we all continue to be acquainted with it. I am not here to impose anything on anyone or to force anyone as well either to absorb the knowledge and knowledge for great overstanding. Okay, it is all here at your free will to pay attention to it. When I say pay attention, to actually show interest and remain committed to the whole transformation of what liberation is as sovereign beings. All right, so Trinitarian order, an ethical and theoretical function that creates the order to which governance of leadership is established within and amongst the divine law and spirit of the natural government. It is of the highest council as well too, all right, where our sovereignty and spirit of divine natural governance is responsible for the control, honor, order, respect, and discipline in justice and harmony of equal and equitable growth within self and nation. So this is a self-formulated equation algorithm that I compiled together a few years ago. All right, when I say the chord of life, a chord, remember you have a musical chord like the note, and many things, in fact all things grow through the vibration frequency of sound vibration frequency, and with also the crown chakra being the Aum symbol, the symbol that is speaking on Aum. It is also the root, and also speaking in terms of the breath of life. All right, when I say speaking in the scope of breath of life, with the breath we are able to do many things in terms of, reevaluating our energy, reevaluating our consciousness, reevaluating everything that works within us, within ourselves in that retrospect. Okay, so this is the divine motion of recharging infinite constant growth in synchronized functionability of a non-pure socialist or pure capitalist and communist style governing of corporate state and divine natural government. All right, so I've known that with this the alignment of governance at present with the corporate government, all right, they have gone through, my apologies, a series of civilization. Some have utilized the civilization that is communist, capitalist, socialist, democratic as well too, all of which actually stemmed from one root source, which is in this, as I mentioned before, being the divine law. All right, the divine law and the maxims of such. All right, so as we continue here, this is a source root created in the equitable oneness where the versatility of sovereign individuals and their collective growth is neither deprived nor abused by any of the higher corporate state body offices, its members, or divine natural government members. All right, so the reason why I mentioned this part as well too is to speak on the whole equity and royalty in the form of justice. All right, we would not be here to take advantage of each other for the sake of whatever sovereignty is. When I say sovereignty, for the sake of liberation, right? So yes, we are liberated. We are free being. We are free beings as royal beings. Yet it is not to be in the frequency vibration of ego that recycles a low energy wave vibration. It is not in the scope that would arise into the 144,000 bracket. All right, the 144,000 bracket ratio is where the ethers are, where the ethers is, as a matter of fact, where ether is, more or less. All right, in the energy vibration frequency ratio. All right, so ether's nest is the electromagnetic transmitter, highest energy radiator silver. All right, and the nest is the natural energy silver transmitter. All right, ether's nest, ether referring to this, what is here in the spirit, the form of a spirit, and spirit is ever flowing, ever fluid. All right, it is not like stagnant and dormant unless the being leaves it as such. All right, so Alubera Royal University of Higher Learning, I will continue from this day onwards to continue to share daily studies so that you can also be a